Hey everybody, it's Denise here, and we are going to make some cheesy potato soup for dinner today, and I am going to make it in the Pampered Chef Deluxe cooking blender. Yes, you heard that right, I said cooking blender. So the Pampered Chef blender is not only a blender, it cooks. You can make soups and sauces and applesauce and so many other things, as well as your smoothies, your margaritas, and all that great stuff. Another great thing is this cleans itself, which is a plus in my book. So let's get started. I am going to go ahead and take off the lid, and I'm just going to pour in, I have about 2.5 cups of broth. You can use vegetable broth or chicken broth. Whichever you prefer. Obviously, if you're a vegetarian, you are definitely going to use vegetable broth. And I love these measuring cups because you can see from the inside, they're awesome. I have about 1.5 cups of cut up potatoes right here. And yes, I probably should have put those in first, I know. 4 tablespoons of butter. And I'm not melting the butter, I'm just going to stick the stick in there. Throw that in there. I have 1/2 of an onion cut up here. I always like to use, sometimes I'm a little short for this, but the other side of the knife, the dull side of the knife, to stick stuff in there. Carrot. You don't have to go crazy chopping up the carrot or anything like that. I'm just going to cut it into like pieces and stuff because it's all going to cook down in the blender. So you can chop it up. You can use a small carrot, a large carrot, you know, whatever you want to use. The recipe calls for a small carrot, so that should be good. But if you want more carrot in there, just put more carrot in there, right? The next thing we're going to put in there is a stalk of celery. So we have the celery here. And yes, I should have cut this up for you guys so you don't have to watch this. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the celery in there. All right, so we'll finish putting the celery in there. You could put 2 garlic cloves, pressure garlic cloves. I am out of garlic cloves, so I'm just going to throw some of Pampered Chef's garlic in here. I like a lot of garlic, so we'll put that in there. And you'll do about a teaspoon of salt. So we'll put some salt in here, about a teaspoon. I think I'm about out of salt. All right. After that, we're going to put the lid back on. Make sure the lid, I'm going to put it like this. Make sure it's locked on there because we have to make sure it's locked for 2 reasons. 1, we don't want to mess, and 2, it's not going to work if you don't have the lid on it. After that, there's settings. There's a smoothie setting, grind. You can make milk in here. We're going to go to the soup setting, and I'm going to cook it up. So we'll let that cook for a little bit. Then we have some other things we're going to add in there. So the soup is done. It's all cooked. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to press the cancel button. I'm going to open this vented lid right here. And I'm going to throw in about 4 ounces. I have cubed cheddar cheese. I like sharp cheddar, so the sharp cheddar is going to go in there. Whoops. Put that in there. And then you can go ahead if you want and shred up some cheese. And when you serve it, put some, shredded cheese on top of your soup as well. If you are like my family and like a lot of cheese. I'm going to just put a little bit of pepper in there. And then put this back on. If I could be taller, this would work so much better. I'd be able to see the holes to get this on right. All right. And then now what I'm going to do is we're going to pulse it just enough to get that cheese mixed up. there's our soup. So good.